Hey, we're back! Yeah, there we go, there's three. So, we just got done watching Enter Three Dragons. What did you think of Enter Three Dragons?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
So, for me, because we watched Enter Three Dragons after we watched, oh gosh.
Clones of Bruce Lee.
Yeah, thank you. The Clones of Bruce Lee. And to me, Enter Three Dragons is the better movie. But I thought Clones of Bruce Lee was more entertaining for just how batshit insane it was.
Bizarre, yeah.
Bizarre it was.
Weird, bizarre, but yeah, this one had more like a...
More story. Yeah,
more story. Yeah.
It was, oddly enough, like a James Bond to me. Like, there's diamonds being stolen, people working for a gang, the British accents that are just randomly in this movie. On one hand, you gotta applaud them because they didn't do the, like, very racist accent that we usually get in dubs of these types of movies. On the other hand, you're sitting there going, why the hell are they all British? Except not all of them are. So you have, like...
sometimes.
Yeah, you have, like, a wife that's British. You have one of the Bruces that's British, but I think they go by dragons in this movie. One of the dragons that's British, and you're just like, why? It makes no sense. The thing that we were talking about before we recorded, these movies would be a hell of a lot better, especially if they were done a half hour shorter. Because all these are about 90 minutes, and you could use a lot less.
Right, at least 20 minutes of fighting could probably be taken out. And, like, I understand that that's the whole point of this is to do the fighting scenes, but they just kind of start getting long and long and long and long.
Or if nothing else, 20 minutes of them running where their feet sound like they just got out of the shower going... And they're like, we're being silent. No, you're not. Everybody can hear you a mile away.
Yeah, the sound effects on this were not the best.
Sound effects weren't the best. They did switch it up, though, because the last one, it was all, like, metal all the time. This one, they had wood, they had knives.
But even though the way that we watched it, we watched Clones of Bruce Lee first
because of the disc, yeah.
But this one came out before
Clones of Bruce Lee, yeah. So we're going off the Game of Clones Bruceploitation set and how their discs are done. We may switch it up just to give us a break from all the constant fighting, which I have a feeling the next one, if we do that, would be Enter the Game of Death, which is going to be basically a ripoff of Game of Death. So it's going to be a bunch of fighting. So I have given the option, and you will find out when we find out next time, but I've given the option of either do Enter the Game of Death and then Goodbye Game of Death, or Goodbye Bruce as last Game of Death, or we can jump to The Dragon Lives, which is the most batshit insane Bruceploitation movie ever made.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting. See which one. So, but no, I didn't hate it. I didn't like it.
I think I like the Clones of Bruce Lee better.
Yeah.
I think that was a little bit more entertaining, even though this seemed like it had like better production quality.
Better. So there was actually a lot more stunts in it too. There was a lot more flips, and the problem is especially when you're dealing with these three, because it was Bruce Lee, or Dragon Lee. The problem when you're dealing with them is, other than Dragon Lee, I can't keep track of who's who. Dragon Lee, you can tell because his face is, like, very distinct. The other two don't have distinct enough faces, and especially when their names aren't said all the time. I was confusing whether one was a dragon or whether that was the, like, brother of one of the characters that's married. And it all kind of runs together. The other thing to keep in mind, too, is that it sets up a mystery. So if you watch this, there is a mystery. However, all the bad guys have mustaches, so there's no mystery whatsoever. So, but no, I like Clones of Bruce Lee better for how just weird and insane it is. This has the better story, but the pacing is off even more so than I thought Clones of Bruce Lee was.
Yeah.
Like, the pacing of this is a lot slower, and this one is actually shorter.
Oh.
I think. Let me double check. Be safe. Whoops. Okay, let me double check. It is... Is it? Because this one is 87. Yeah, Clones of Bruce Lee was longer. This one was shorter, but felt longer.
It felt longer, for sure.
It felt longer, so... But yeah, we want to thank you guys for joining us through this trek through the Game of Clones, and we will see you guys next time.
We'll be back for another one.
Yep.